Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Maytag dryer drum support roller. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new drum support roller. The drum support roller is what supports the drum in the back of the dryer. The main reason you'd be changing it out is if the bearing is going bad and you're hearing squeaking noise from it, or if it's gone really bad, it may sound like you have a pair of tennis shoes in your dryer. In order to get to the part, we have to open up the dryer. First thing we're going to do is lift the top up. We're going to take a putty knife and go about 3.5 inches in and release the spring clip. Once you push it in, you can twist it and lift up on the top, and then we can do the other one. Once you have both the clips released, we can lift the top back and set it against the wall. Now we can take the wires off the door switch. We want to remember where yours go. On ours it's black and yellow, gray, and white. If you have to, you can also use a small screwdriver to help pop the wires off. Sometimes they're on there pretty tight. Now that we have the wires off, we can remove the two 5/16 screws that hold the front panel on. We're going to use our nut driver to take them out. There's one on each side. With those screws out, we can lower the front panel down away from the dryer. It just sits on two mounting tabs at the bottom. All you have to do is lift it off and set it aside. Now that we have the front panel off, we can take the wires off the light socket. All you have to do is take a small flathead screwdriver and pop them off if they're tight. These are two different sizes, so you don't have to worry about where they go. You can just put them back on later. With the wires off, we can take and pull them through this retainer and get them out of the way so we can take the bulkhead off. With the wires off, we can use our 5/16 nut driver to remove these 4 screws that hold the front bulkhead on. When you're removing the last one, make sure you hold the bulkhead so it doesn't fall off. Now they have all the screws out, we can lift the bulkhead off the drum. Now we can set the bulkhead aside. Now that we have the bulkhead out of the way, we can reach in and take the belt off the pulley. All you have to do is grab the idler pulley with your hand and pull it towards the outside of the machine. And then we can take the belt off the pulleys. Now that we have the belt out of the pulleys, you can lift up on it and use it to guide the drum out of the dryer. There's 2 drum support rollers in the dryer. Usually when one goes bad, the other one's shortly behind it, so make sure you change both out at the same time. To get the retaining ring off, all you have to do is put the plier tips into the holes on the retaining ring. Once you have both pins in, all you have to do is squeeze on the pliers to release it. You only want to open it up just enough to get it off the shaft, so you don't bend the retaining ring. Now that we have the retaining ring out, we can pull the roller forward a little bit and get this first washer off of here. Once that's off, we can pull the roller off. Once you have the roller off, you want to inspect the shaft. If it's scratched up and gouged from the bad bearing, then you may have to change this too. Here's the old drum support roller next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the new drum support roller on, you want to make sure that you didn't lose this little metal washer in the back. Then you can push the roller onto the axle. You want to make sure that the words front are facing towards you, towards the front of the dryer. Once you have that on, you can put the front nylon or plastic washer on. And then we can put the retaining ring back on. To put the retaining ring on, you want to use your pliers and make sure that you only open it up enough to fit over the axle so you don't stretch it. And when you release it, make sure it's in the ring or the channel where it's supposed to lock down. Now we can lift up the drum. We're going to use the belt to lift it up, and then we can guide it back onto the rollers. You want to make sure that both sides are on the rollers. Here's the wear mark on the drum. You want to make sure the belt lines up with that and that the grooves are against the drum. Now we can route the belt back through the pulleys. All you have to do is reach in again, pull the idler pulley out towards the right side of the machine, the outside, and then we can route the belt through the pulleys. To put the bulkhead back on, you want to line up the blower duct housing and push it on. Once you have that on, you may have to lift up the drum a little bit so the glides go underneath it. You also have to make sure that these tabs go into these little holes on each side, and that'll help you line up the screw holes. And you can set it down and push the bulkhead on all the way so the drum rests on the seal. Then we can put the screws back in that hold it on. To reconnect the wires, first we have to route them through the little wire holder, and then we can plug them back in. Remember, there are two different sizes. The yellow one goes on the bottom, and the gray one goes on top. With the wires hooked up, we can put the front panel back on. To put the front panel back on, all you have to do is set it down on those two mounting brackets at the bottom of the machine. Once you have them both on, we can swing the panel up and put the screws back in that hold it in place. Now that we have the front panel back on, we can reconnect the wires to the door switch. All you have to do is reconnect the wires in the same order you took them off. Ours was the white one here, the gray one was in the middle, and the black and yellow one was on this one. With the front panel back on, we can lower the top down. On this particular model, there's 4 locating pins that you have to make sure the top goes down onto before you snap it into place. So we're going to lower it down and line up the pins. Once you have them lined up, you can push the panel down and lock it in place. Now that you're done repairing the appliance, you can plug it back in and give it a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.